case number JC 2043, Geneva Teresita Robinson Trading as Royalty Restaurant versus Javon Thomas. Please come forward. Hold the stand right here for me. Do you swear on the Bible? Do you swear on the Bible? If you to hold it with your right hand for me. Right hand. Good. Please repeat after me. I swear by the Almighty God.
I swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give.
That the evidence I shall give.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right, thank you. Ms. Robinson will be here. Thomas here.
Geneva Teresita Robinson is suing Javon Thomas for stealing by reason of employment when the restaurant's check was made out to be less than it should be. Thomas denies that she stole the money, claiming it to be an honest mistake.
All rise. Please be seated.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Ms. Robinson, I understand you are making a claim of stealing against Ms. Thomas?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Can you tell me about it, please?
Your Honor, I own the Royalty Restaurant.
Yes.
I've had this restaurant for about 15 years. It's in Port Lucaya. And you know we've gone through lots of hard times in Grand Bahama.
Yes.
So I'm very glad that my restaurant is still open. Geneva started, Javon started working for me about 3 years ago in the midst of what was happening in the world. But now we're back and she's still working there. Well, we found out that what she did was she was taking money from customers, and in so doing, taking money from the restaurant. When there was a large group of customers in February 2024, they pooled their money at the end for one big check. What she did was she separated the checks, and she took out parts, maybe some wings, maybe an appetizer, and then she charged them what was left. And that extra she kept for herself.
Oh, I see.
Now, the reason I'm bringing this case is that when we did our accounts, we thought there was something fishy, but we couldn't figure it out. Customers came to me to say they were upset because their friends had been cheated or they had been cheated. And this happened on 2 occasions that we know of.
I see.
There may have been other occasions. We're not sure, we don't know. But these are the 2 occasions I know where customers came to me and showed me what had happened.
I see.
So therefore, I would like to keep the reputation of my business intact.
Yes.
And she has
So what
cracked
was-
that reputation.
So what was the amount, and how much are you suing her for in terms of amounts that you say that she would have kept?
What we found was $50.
I see.
She took $50 out of 2 different checks.
I see. Okay.
I am suing her for $1,000 because she has besmirched the reputation of my restaurant.
Okay. What do you have to say, Ms. Thomas?
Your Honor, I don't even know how it happened. Honestly, I'm good at my job. You could ask her, I am good at my job because ever since I started working, I always was in the service business. I do what I have to do.
Yes.
Now, when I give in these people, she know that it was February. Okay? They had all kind of menu deal and this and that with appetizers a part of the package, the 150, but I have a menu here from that time. You know Valentine's Day go around that time. right?
Right,
So
right.
people coming in, you don't know if they coming in doing the Valentine's Day deal, or if they just coming in with these groups and stuff. And they was packing them in, so it was busy. It was
Right.
busy around that time, you know?
Okay.
And she come in saying that I I steal it. Listen, if I did leave off something, that was a mistake. And I trying to tell her that it was a mistake, because I need my job. I ain't here to steal from nobody. I ain't here to steal from nobody, you know?
So she said you've been there 3 years?
3 years she's been with us.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh, okay.
I was there when times was just like right after pandemic and stuff. I was there, you know, because I needed my job. I was out of home. I needed my job, and I still need my job because I was saying I was going back to further my education and stuff. I need my work, you know. I just was gonna pay them I didn't want to fight, you know. I was gonna pay the $50. Didn't stay safe. I was gonna just pay it, just go my way. Just once I could keep my job, so I could keep it going, you know.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Carroll.
Most of the time, if I have them paying in a group, then they get the group thing. I don't give no individual to each person. But she's saying people coming back talking to her about me and stuff like that. No.
And I would admit she is a good worker.
Right.
But this is not something that you can just make a mistake with.
Justice with Judge Carroll is brought to you by Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store.
To get your case heard, call 242-445-4955 or email us at info@judgecarroll.net.
So let me see if I could understand how the check system was working, because you're saying Miss Robinson is saying that there was one check, but then you broke it up and left some items off. Did you do that?
I broke it up because, okay, when I take in especially these large groups, and I have multiple people serving.
Yes.
So when they have the large group, it's easier just to put it in. Now, maybe somebody at the table say, no, they want to do it separate. But so I go and I take my time trying to separate it and stuff like that. And you got a group of like 10 and stuff like that. So, some mistake has happened. But then when you go there, so if one person saying they want it separate, then they end up paying in the group. You know, they end up pulling the money together instead.
Yes,
So I go on there, separating it, but when I come back, they done ready to pay. So I just take what it was and I go. You know, I take it and I put it up. You know, and then I try give them their separate, because she's saying they coming back. But most of the time, if I have them paying in a group, then they get the group thing. I don't give no individual to each person. But she's saying people coming back talking to her about me and stuff like that. No.
Right. Well, I want to ask you about the people coming back. But I mean, do you have? It seems like it was a busy time. Did you have enough people working in the restaurant?
We had adequate people working in the restaurant, and I would admit she is a good worker.
Right.
But this is not something that you can just make a mistake with.
I see.
This is something you can see that something is wrong when you look at the checks.
So, well, I mean, did the persons come back to you with the checks that they had paid?
They came back with the checks.
I see.
They had paid for the same thing. One paid 40-something, one paid 60-something for the same thing on the checks. So that means she was taking something out.
What? I don't understand. Let me see if I can. So what did you do? So when they came back to you with this apparent discrepancy?
I spoke to Javon.
Well, not in terms of what you said to her. I mean, when you were dealing with these customers that came back, like, what did you have to do? Were you having to refund them?
I apologized and I refunded them because I want to keep my customers. And the best thing you can do with customers is you apologize, you refund, and then you go and you have a discussion with the server and see what happened.
Okay.
Now she kept saying she was making mistakes.
So how do you arrive at this $1,000 that you're saying that you should get paid?
I feel that, as I said.
Sorry, and I'll tell you the reason I'm asking you that question, right? The customers, they came to you, they pointed out the issue, you've given them a refund. So I would think then that they would be feeling good about having dealt with your restaurant. So why are you saying that you need $1,000 compensation for an employee who you say was a good employee?
Customers will receive a refund, and then they will tell you in the next breath that they will not be coming back to your restaurant. And they will tell their friends that they're not to come to your restaurant because you get cheated there.
Okay, I see. I mean, I suppose they could say that. But let me ask you another question then, because what about the fact that she has offered to, because Ms. Thomas's position is that it was a mistake, right? And she is offering to reimburse you for whatever was the overage or the shortfall that she says happened.
But is this what we're going to do? She committed a crime. What? So she's just going to pay me back and we'll put it under the rug? This is not right.
I'm not.
We need to be able to send a message that you cannot commit a crime like this because you are there and able to.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt and stuff, but
Yes.
she's saying it only coming up to $50. So you gonna take away my freedom for $50?
Coming up on Justice with Judge Carroll.
She have you here now, all these people here sitting down listening. I steal it? You accusing me of stealing? And after I work so hard for you.
Justice with Judge Carroll is brought to you by Donald's Furniture.
Love the show and want to sit in on the action? Call 242-445-4955 or email info@judgecarroll.net.
This is only one set of customers that came back. I don't know how many times she has done this.
Yeah, but I can't be making a decision on the possibility of, oh, there might be other customers out there, right? That can't work. What we need to consider, what I want to consider is, first of all, whether or not I can believe on the evidence that, according to Ms. Thomas, that this was an honest mistake. I don't even know that she's necessarily saying a mistake per se, but this, whatever the thing was that was happened, it wasn't deliberate.
No, it wasn't.
Right? According to Ms. Thomas. And then I have you, on the other hand, saying that, well, you know, you are concerned about your reputation. And the way that the law works when it comes to things like that with the reputation, there needs to be some kind of an indication, some evidence, the same way you have brought your evidence to say, well, this is what happened, how she came to steal the money because you're making an allegation of stealing. And then you're also claiming that you need to be compensated for your loss of reputation.
Your Honor, sorry, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Respect, right?
Yes.
But she talking about reputation. What about my reputation, though? You know?
What do you mean by that?
Because she dare start saying I stealing. She have you here now, all these people here sitting down listening. I steal it? You accusing me of stealing? And after I work so hard for you? No. But that's okay. See, I just
so
want my
So what are
job.
you saying? You want to be compensated for her calling?
You know what? I would, but I don't even want to take it there. Because right now, it's all about making that cash and doing the hustle, getting the job done. I give my sweat and blood and tears up for them these past 3 years. You know, I here working, and she talking about I stealing. She know that these people coming to the menu for Valentine's Day. Some of these appetizers was part of the thing, right? Some of them was getting part of them was
we
some
have
of the
many busy times.
That was the busiest time, but you accusing me of a time during the busiest time. Yeah, little deal and stuff like that, and then you saying I steal it, and you saying
thank you, Ms. Thomas. Thank you. So so we come back now to the point that I was making a moment ago in terms of, so there are two issues that we're looking at, which is the $50 and then the $1,000. Now, I haven't been satisfied based on what you have said in terms of damage to reputation, because I've already made the point that, I mean, you know, we can't control what people are going to think. neither in your case and in your case, but at the same time, there needs to be some kind of evidence, something to indicate to me that there has been a damage to reputation. I think what we have, unfortunately, is a damage to feelings on both sides. I'm not talking about the loss of the money, the cash money, but I'm talking about in terms of the claim for damage to reputation. This happens all the time in court cases. You get damage to feelings because somebody is accusing someone of something and they feel either rightfully or in your case wrongfully so. So I am not going to make any order in respect of what I am going to call damage to feelings. It's unfortunate that we are in this position. That's what it is. In terms of the overpayment of the $50, which it seems to me I'm prepared to accept reasonable enough. It's $50. So, Ms. Thomas, I'm going to require you to pay the $50.
Yep, I don't
okay?
mind. I don't
so
mind.
The
I
most,
don't mind.
that's the most that I
was
can do.
awful.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the $50.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank
Right.
you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $50.
I'm disappointed because that restaurant has been my whole life. And now I have to deal with the fact that many customers are not coming back.
That woman, they greedy. They greedy. They greedy. That's what was happening up in there. $1,000. Man, come on now. Come on. If nobody come into their place, they have a bad reputation because of the food. Thank God I don't cook up in there. I just serving. I serving. You okay?